Hey everybody, welcome back to W12 Universe. My name's Jitch, and you are watching Monday Night Raw, featuring all of your favorite matches, as we are just 6 days away from Night of Champions. Apologies for the change in acoustics. I realize things are probably a bit echoey now. We have a very big living room, and it's hard to fill the space for it and get rid of the echo. So that just might be how I sound. I do apologize for that. Maybe there's like an echo reduction thing I can look into. Anyway, we're kicking things off with this man.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, accompanied by Nikki approaching the ring from Olympus, representing the Disciples, Nightmare.
I don't know if maybe Nikki Bella has just decided that she likes the Disciples of Darkness. She's a bit of an odd ally, but stranger things have happened, I guess. So she's now managing Nemesis as well. Last week she introduced Jetstar into a match between Jack Swagger and Edge. Well, tonight Nemesis is set to face Jack Swagger or Edge. I can't remember which one. And I hear the other one's going to be in their corner. They seem to finally be working through their issues once again. So we'll see how that works out. Hopefully they don't turn on each other for no reason, but you never know. That's Jack Swagger, former World Heavyweight Champion. As opposed to Edge, who is a former World Heavyweight Champion. And there's Jetstar. Okay. Alright, the Disciples of Darkness are clearly trying to make their impact on Raw, finally. Took them long enough, they debuted quite some time ago. Alright, well, you know the rules. And so do I.
I think it's safe to say, King, that he's not at 100% after that brutal assault.
Yeah, the sound in here is nuts. Let me just throw in the headphones real quick so I can hear it for myself. Sorry about all the noise there. I keep them on the tripod. It's pretty close to what it would normally be. There's just a lot more reverb, I guess, for lack of a better way. I mean, I'll look into ways to try and cut that out. But good to know that I've stuck with that fucking hum, though. There's always just been a very slight hum. And I've never really understood where it was coming from. I always thought it was because it was near the consoles and the computer, but the microphone couldn't be further away from those two things, and I could still hear it. So I just genuinely don't know what that actually is anymore. Oh well. The noise reduction should get rid of it as best as it can. I try to get the hang of this shit. It's just not easy. Nightmare. Oh, I usually give win-loss records, don't I? That's right. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of the loop. It's been a very hectic week, moving homes and all that. That's pretty bit. Oh, okay. I think Nikki Bella and Edge are arguing, and the referee has ejected both of them from ringside. This is counting towards their match timer as well. I mean, that makes sense, to be fair. The match is supposedly still going. Jack Swagger. Let's see, shall we? What's okay, so Jack Swagger is coming into this match. I'm not going to count draws when I read these because it just seems all pointless. He is a 14-19 overall, 6-11 this season. Obviously, he's been taking quite a lot of losses to his tag team partner Edge as they continue to argue over who is the captain of their team. Nemesis is 7-10, 5-7 this season. I say, I think it's about time they focused on maybe the tag team titles or just even becoming competitors on Raw in general. This is a good move. Nikki Bella is clearly such a weird name to say there. Clearly leading them towards something of importance.
And he fights his way out.
And he fights his way out.
Swagger. You can't out-grapple with two.
I don't care who's in the ring with Swagger either. As long as Jack Swagger's there, we got all we need. or something like that. So coming up tonight on Raw, we've got this one-on-one match that you're seeing right now. We've got it was another remarkable match. That's right, we've got a tag team match. CM Punk and Kane. Mr. McMahon is making the absolute most of this. CM Punk and Kane, who are still apparently set to defend their World Tag Team Championships this Sunday at Night of Champions. The CM Punk and Kane are going to be facing off against each other in a tag team match in which McMahon himself has appointed their tag team partners. So it should be interesting to see who's teaming with Punk and who's teaming with Kane after what happened last week on Raw between the two. They are still the World Tag Team Champions, believe it or not.
Swagger is extremely intelligent. Not only is he a two-time All-American, he was also an academic All-American. Nice catch.
There was something else I was going to say, and I've completely forgotten what that was now.
Wait a minute. Refusing to give in there. What sheer determination.
Alright, I was going to give you the rest of the show. We've also got a preview of Night of Champions coming up as Michelle McCool and Kharma face off in the ring tonight. But they will be joined by Michelle McCool. Wait, no, that is who's. They will be joined by Tiny Shiny, who has insisted that they deserve another opportunity. Obviously, win or lose, they'll just be next in line if they win. And what a moonsault. He really assaulted him with that moon.
Wow. How good is this guy?
When this guy's on, look out.
The Nightmare.
He's got the arms. He did the thing.
1, 2, 3.
Talk about the biggest win of your career. I mean, admittedly, he owes it to a little attack before the bell. But even still, Nemesis just pinned a former World Heavyweight Champion. That's a pretty big deal in any book. And here comes Jetstar and Nikki Bella to continue to dispose of Jack Swagger. Edge needs to get out of here. Where the hell is Edge? Edge, help this guy! Oh my god! Swagger just got victimized, and I guess Edge has decided he's going to stay out in the back. Oh well, as we move on to our next match, a triple threat match. No, that's not right. A tag team match. CM Punk facing off against Kane. Who have they had appointed as their partners? Find out next. Okay. Yeah, still the champion, as you can see.
Introducing first, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing 222 pounds, is one of the World Tag Team Champions.
This is what I like to call a remarkable match booked by the game that Jitch has tried very hard to explain. That's the only thing I'm going to tell you about a little taster for their tag team partners. My explanations are simple. McMahon booked them against each other, trying to screw with them once again. That's the best I got for you. Because it booked this, and the partners, they'll leave you confused otherwise. So who's CM Punk? Okay.
From Tokyo, Japan, weighing 220 pounds, Yoshitatsu.
Well, Yoshitatsu is the choice to team with CM Punk in this one. World Tag Team titles are not on the line. The winning team does not get the tag team titles with their partner. We don't really know what the resolution is for Night of Champions, other than that the tag team titles will be on the line, and it will be the United Kingdom Night of Champions competing for the World Tag Team titles. I don't really know who they're going to be up against at this point. I don't think it can be CM Punk and Kane. Oh boy, this one's going to get blocked worldwide for at least a few weeks. Well, normally it's a couple days, I shouldn't overdo it. Well, there's the, I guess, former partner of CM Punk. We don't really have an explanation as to why Kane attacked CM Punk, and more specifically, why he waited until after they won the tag team titles. I think that's the weirdest part, in my opinion. I know to some, you know, that I've seen a lot of comments saying things like, turn on him before he turns on you, etc. But, and obviously Kane's, you know, people pointing out Kane's instabilities, we all knew about those. But why would you win the tag titles and then turn on your tag team partner? And who has he been paired with? Steamboat? Oh.
Representing the powerhouse from Cardiff, Wales, weighing 313 pounds, Nemesis.
And suddenly you begin to realize that maybe he's been bought out. Maybe Kane's been bought out, maybe McMahon is just trying to recruit. Something's not right. Something is not right at all. Well, this is bad news. Okay. So it looks like we're going to have the tag team partners, the tag team championship partners, facing off against each other to start things off, and that makes sense. There's some bad blood here. CM Punk was devastated. I mean, he finally thought he'd found himself a good ally. He was, you know, rolling. He was tag team champion. I mean, he still is tag team champion.
CM Punk, what has to be going through his head here? CM Punk, the Elliot Ness of the WWE, would like nothing better than to enforce his own beliefs.
Very curious to see what happens at Night of Champions. Do we know Sheamus and McIntyre do a tag team title rematch? I mean, you don't get 224 days as tag team champions and not get a rematch. You don't become the longest reigning champions we've ever seen. Hello? Okay, there we go.
And the ref starts the count.
Yoshitatsu and Kane is a matchup I didn't think I was going to be seeing today. Coming up tonight in our main event, though, we got a very interesting situation in regards to the United Kingdom. As we know, they are going to be facing off for the World Tag Team Championships, but also Sheamus is going to be defending his World Heavyweight Championship at Night of Champions. It's double duty for the current World Heavyweight Champion and longest reigning World Tag Team Champion. I think he's the longest reigning World Heavyweight Champion right now, actually, because we've still got this week, and I think he just tied. So I think he's now officially the longest reigning. Hang on, let me look this up. Let me make sure I'm not getting things wrong. Yeah, he's today on Raw. He has just turned 57 days as champion, and the longest reign before that was 56. Which was the Randy Orton's second reign, I believe. No, Jack Swagger's first reign and Randy Orton's first reign. Okay, my bad. Sheamus just passed both of them, as he is now the longest reigning World Heavyweight Champion with 57 days.
Mason Ryan, unquestionably the powerhouse from Wales.
So that's 2 records Sheamus has had. What a career. What a way to start things off for him. Let's just hope that Night of Champions he doesn't come out empty-handed. He's competing in 2 championship matches. It's his chance to become a 2-time World Tag Team Champion, and just as much as it's his chance to retain the World Heavyweight Championship and continue that longest reign. He can't really afford to lose either. Excuse me. And that makes sense. Yoshitatsu very quick to get out of the ring. I mean, these are some big guys. Yoshitatsu was clearly being a pawn in this one. We know that McMahon, obviously, he went for one of the smallest, kind of lesser established guys to be CM Punk's tag team partner. But funnily enough, you know, say what you will about the size and strength of Mason Ryan, the guy's only ever had one victory, and I think it was a handicap match. He's hardly a name to be proud of teaming with. As we know, I think there's a 20-minute time limit. I see that our timer is not working, but I think it still applies. I think once it hits 20 minutes, this will end in a draw.
You'll likely find yourself the recipient of his devastating signature move, the go to sleep.
The go to sleep. Go to bed.
Tag team contest underway. Both of these teams have been very game so far.
The oranges and blacks were very popular in 12. It's almost like these two would have been allies, though. How weird is that?
Punk. Big move coming.
Oh my gosh! Turned inside out.
And again he moves to the outside.
Got to use that agility. Mason Ryan trying to stir the pot as he goes for a team. Wait, what the?
It's all right, King.
The hell? Tatsu and Ryan are fighting on the outside. What the? No, what? Hang on. Did the referee just make this a singles match? I believe he did. This just became CM Punk versus Kane.
Essentially unsupervised.
What the hell?
And he fights out of it. He breaks the hold.
I didn't realize the referee had the power to just change a match in the middle of it.
Allowing no timeouts in this match.
Man, I like CM Punk's strike combo. It's a shame that they reversal spam so much that you never get to see it.
Punk taking a chance here.
Oh! That might have silenced at least a few of those
Nice.
voices in Kane's head.
Kane is a cruel man. He has a black heart and will do whatever he can to hurt you before he puts you away.
Nice.
What incredible
Very good
impact.
sequence of moves there. Really smooth.
Clothesline by Kane.
Seamless even.
Kane is
Meow.
just building momentum.
Oh, over the shoulder.
Remember, momentum in the WWE can
Remember.
turn on a dime.
Oh, look out! You know, Punk's a very physical competitor. He knows how to attack joints, elbows, ankles, wrists. Punk's
Well,
just
these
so
two are, I mean, they're giving it their all. It's clear as day this ain't some kind of strategy of theirs. These two are clearly having an actual falling out. I know there's been possibly some speculation that this was all just a bit screwy on purpose. I mean, it seems a little weird that they did it right after winning the tag titles. I can respect that, but no, these two are definitely going all out. I don't think this is a game at all. I think these two have really lost it. I just don't know why. I mean, I know why CM Punk is. He was attacked by Kane and he's just trying to stand his ground. I understand that. I don't know why Kane did.
Punk's so adept at using every part of his body as a
Ugh.
weapon.
I just want to do the strike combo.
Wow!
And the big red monster gets chopped down.
These guys are giving it absolutely everything they've got.
Okay. Into the corner.
CM Punk, the first ever
Onto the
straight
top
edge
rope.
heavyweight champion.
And Kane is going for a superplex. A really fast superplex.
You know, when you weigh 300 pounds, everything is magnified. And for Kane getting dropped there, it would be like falling off a second-story building. Great reaction.
After that, you might think differently before
Oh,
swinging again.
CM Punk. Whoop up. Yeah, there you go.
Vintage Punk.
Oh, he's in trouble
This
now.
has got to be it. This has got to be it. CM Punk. He's sizing up.
Whoa!
CM Punk thinking GTS.
Well, I tell you what.
Good night.
Whether Kane's been bought out or what, I think he's
There
just...
are the ropes.
Nothing was on the
He's holding
ropes.
his skull, kid. His brain
Nothing.
is absolutely
I could see.
rammed.
I could tell.
choice of a new generation. And again, Punk going to the top rope.
Moonsault, there you go, that's enough. That'll get the match done. Because the go to sleep wouldn't anyway. It's a finisher, those don't win. There you go. CM Punk definitely winning off the GTS, that's for sure. What a victory there over Kane. Just going to show he will stand his ground. See. Oh, and Yoshitatsu, let's not forget this is a win for Yoshitatsu as well, everybody. CM Punk victorious over his former, I guess, tag team partner. I mean, as I say, they've got to defend the tag team titles this Sunday at Night of Champions. Maybe this will knock some sense into Kane. Maybe they'll be able to work things out now. It puts CM Punk at 14-21 this overall in this season, finally putting him in the positives, 6-5, and oh no, okay. Boy, this rivalry with the powerhouse and McMahon, it just never seems to end for CM Punk. This has been a tough time for Punk for sure. And we move on to that triple threat match that is in fact next. Well, that sound can only mean trouble.
The following triple threat match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the WWE Women's Champion, Kharma.
Kharma coming on down to the ring, still the women's champion. She's got to face off against Michelle McCool, who I believe is either formerly or is currently the longest reigning women's champion. I need to quickly find that out, don't I? Because I'm not very good at remembering these things. That's right, Michelle McCool, 91 days as women's champion, 3 defenses. I need to really cut out the unsuccessful defenses. That doesn't make sense. I don't know why I've been tracking those in the first place. 2 successful defenses. Kharma so far, also with 2 successful defenses. Interesting fact, at Night of Champions this Sunday, Kharma reaches 91 days as well. She'll tie Michelle McCool's record as the longest reigning women's champion. So this one's not just about winning back the championship for Michelle McCool, it's about keeping that record, keeping her name in the record books, even if it is shared. Yep, that's Kharma. Whoa, what a reaction. Tiny Star. Tiny Shiny, everybody. Another former women's champion. I mean, everybody in this match is a former women's champion or a current women's champion. Because the only women's champion that's missing from this show, I think from this match, isn't on this show, which is Beth Phoenix. First ever women's champion. Tiny Shiny. She was champion for 28 days. She only made it 1 month. Lost the championship in her first defense to Kharma. I mean, that was a pretty tough first obstacle to go through. She is currently the only woman that has actually beaten Kharma, so there is definitely that worth mentioning. Like that's the kind of thing you don't ignore. Kharma is 8-1 coming into this matchup, whereas if I can be very quick as to find out, Tiny Shiny comes into this one 9-6 with a 5-3 record this season. So she's you know, she's doing alright, she's in the positives still, just barely. And Michelle McCool comes into this one 7-8, 2-4 this season. She is not doing so very good. But she did win a contenders match that put her in place for this championship opportunity. And their opponent. So Michelle McCool, yes. Yes. I don't really have much to say about Michelle McCool coming into this match, unfortunately. She's riding a very small bit of momentum with a contender's victory over, I think Trish Stratus. I can't actually remember now. A very important win for McCool if she can get it though. It's going to mean a lot. Okay, well this one involves Tiny Shiny, so you know the deal. Oh, I didn't set a timer, no. Okay, the recording says 27.5. If it reaches 47.5 and we have not seen a result, you know the deal. Because a triple threat, there are quite high odds it's going to go the 20 minutes. If there's one match type that is going to use up all of the time, it's going to be a triple threat. I'm very aware of that. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm just full of yawns. It happens every time though. I mean, I've been up for about 2 hours before recording. I give myself a decent amount of time to get ready. When I don't, I sound even worse. I always sound really nasally and bunged up. I mean, I probably do now, but I sound way worse. That's just how I wake up, but... I'm feeling pretty awake. I think I'm just, like... To go off subject, because I like to ramble when I don't play, apparently. I think I'm just like really comfortable in our new home. Our old home had a lot of problems. It had a big ventilation problem, so we were living amongst a lot of mold, unfortunately. And I think that was kind of affecting like breathing and stuff, which was probably a big contributing factor to why I'd wake up so bunged up, because I don't really hear. I just wake up tired a lot. So I think I'm finally comfortable. So I never want to wake up. I'm always just too relaxed, because I know that's how I feel right now. But then with everything that's going on in the world right now, I'm not allowed to name it or even really talk about it. I am one of those that still has to go to work, I'll put it that way, and leave it that way. So I still have to go to my job, which is pretty rough at the moment, to say the least. That reference is going to make no sense in the future. People are going to have forgotten all about everything. How do I do that? Well, you see, it's a buildup of gas in the system that forms into a burp. That's what it's called, rather, a burp. And it just kind of happens. To be honest with you, buddy. Old buddy, old pal, Mr. Lawler. I'm really looking forward to Night of Champions coming up soon. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to check the schedule in a second when it can load up. I think we've got another pay-per-view of 12 before I go back to TNA. For anyone that's curious on the schedule with that. I remember there's a point where there are 2 WWE pay-per-views in a row, and then a TNA one, and I think we're at that point. It's either now, or it's like between like Hell in a Cell and Bragging Rights or something. I know it's coming up. Although I think Bragging Rights comes after Survivor Series. I might be wrong about that. Again, I'll have a quick look at the schedule in a moment. I don't mind, sharing it. It is public. It's on the wiki. It's literally a copy of the real-life pay-per-view schedule they had in 2010 anyway, so it's not exactly confidential information. I went for all the exact same dates, regardless of if there are enough weeks in the calendar in the game. That just means that I skip that week, and they get a free week as champion. I ain't filling in the blanks, to be honest. I'm kind of using that as my opportunity to close the gap that little bit more, because I know I've said it before, it's almost impossible. I'd have to do so many episodes. They'd have to be coming out daily, and they'd also yeah, the episodes would have to be coming out daily, and I think at some point I'd have to escalate it so that more than one episode of Universe was coming out a day. And I don't think I've got it in me to record quite that much. So I don't think the gap's ever going to be closed, but if I can at least thin it out, because at the moment it's a 10-year gap. If I can at least thin it out, that would be awesome. Obviously that's the goal. Well, it's not a 10-year gap, it's a 9.5-year gap. I think it's always been 9.5, because I know I started it... Sorry, big yawn. I know I started it in April. April of last year. Jeez, it's been a year since I brought Universe back. April 1st, because it was supposed to be like, you know, I was supposed to make people think, was he doing an April Fool's joke or not? But it's been back since April 1st of last year. And I started Survivor Series, which was November. So, it's November, December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, 6 months. It's always been a 6-month gap. I've tried thinning it out. At one point it was 5 months. 9 years and 5 months. And that felt pretty cool, but then I fell behind. Anyway, I think the page is called Events on the wiki that brings up. Yeah, there we go. Right, so we've done No Surrender. Wow, I haven't updated this wiki in a while. Yeah, so Night of Champions is next, and then Hell in a Cell comes, like, I think 2 weeks after. Even in real life, it looks like it. Oh no, does it? Yeah, it would have come 2 weeks after. Yeah, because it's 19th of September to the 3rd of October, so yeah, that's 2 weeks. And then after Hell in a Cell, 12 will go away for a little bit, and we'll go all the way up to Bound for Glory, which for those that haven't been watching TNA, if you're curious and checking it out, Bound for Glory is their version of WrestleMania. It's their biggest event of the year, so the next month is going to be the most important for TNA. After that, we return to WWE 12 for Bragging Rights, then TNA for Turning Point, then WWE 12 for Survivor Series, then TNA for Final Resolution, and then WWE for TLC. And it basically just alternates. It's just that we hit a point where there were 2 WWE pay-per-views in a row, which kind of like flipped it. Because originally it was... it was TNA that would have their month done first, and then WWE afterwards. So, for example, this past month there's been, we went all the way to No Surrender, which was September 5th, and then now we're going to Night of Champions, which is September 19th. Or, you know, August, we did Hardcore Justice first, which was August 8th, and then SummerSlam, which was August 15th. It's just been kind of alternating so that TNA comes first, whereas that's about to flip around, I think. Oh no, it stays the same. They just squeezed 2 into October that made me think that it wasn't going to be that way. Because Hell in a Cell comes first on October 3rd, and then Bound for Glory October 10th, and then Bragging Rights October 24th. And then it carries on being the end of the month for WWE ones again. Never mind. What was it, 47, I think it was 47-30 this match had until. We're at 35-40 right now, in case anyone's curious. So, we haven't actually hit 10 minutes yet, which makes me think I got the time wrong, because it feels like it's been 10 minutes.
How close was that?
Oh well, that's fine. I might have gotten the wrong time. It might have been like 24:30, but I think it was 27:30. Batista runs the gauntlet after this match, though. Gonna go up against all 3 members of the United Kingdom one by one. So it was formulated by Sheamus as the final trial to see if Batista really was worthy of the World Heavyweight Championship opportunity. Let's not forget that Batista holds a victory over Sheamus. That's how he got the title shot, but whatever. Sheamus apparently needs to see that Batista deserves the shot. Somehow.
Stay down! Stay down!
I think Michelle McCool was calling for something there, you know?
Michelle grabs the wedge.
Yeah, this right here, that's what she was going for. Tiny Shiny trying so hard to get involved.
I can't watch this.
I like the Kharma just took a finisher and she ain't even hurt. Oh, okay. Well, at least, yeah, it must have been 37:30 then. Because I think we just passed the 10-minute mark and it was on foot 37:20. 27:30 even.
There's a save.
So we just hit the 10-minute mark. I guess that's one way to find out. If it blacks out twice in a single match, I know it's been 20 minutes. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this match anymore. I kind of struggle with triple threats when I'm not playing them, because, like, it's really hard to not find them annoying. So I just kind of stopped focusing on them, to be honest. But this was booked by the game, and I thought, well, to be honest, this makes sense. Because we can always say if Tiny Shiny wins, she can't get involved in the Night Champions match, similar to Randy Orton with the US Championship scene right now. But if she does win this triple threat, maybe she can be like, I don't know, like the #1 contender or something. Like, she'll just then get to face the champion. Wow, seriously? Even the slightest nudge towards a pinfall and that's it, you broke it up, huh? I never really got why, like, if you were on top of someone for a pin and you got hit whilst pinning them, but it didn't really knock you off of them, and your shoulder, like the opponent's shoulders were still on the mat, I never really understood why that counted as a break of the pinfall. Because you're still pinning them, you've just been hit. And I know you could say, well, it's a break because they got hit. But then that means that in situations where, like, say, Ric Flair had someone in the figure 4, and whilst they were locked in the figure 4, someone quickly pinned the person who's locked in the figure 4's shoulders down, and the referee starts counting. So why is it that being hurt by a submission hold still counts towards, like, they're allowed to be pinned, but being hit whilst being pinned and not being the person that was even, I don't know. It's confusing, alright? It's confusing. Michelle McCool is gonna die. This is not good. That was a weird noise. It didn't even make an impact. It made the finisher reversed noise. It just went... Here we go. This is your chance, Tiny Shiny. Go for the pin. Quick as possible. No. Okay, you're gonna treat it like a Royal Rumble. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What the fuck?
Perched high, this could be big. Watch out here.
Oh, okay. Oh. That's not... I thought maybe the sound had desynced. No, we just don't have sound effects anymore.
1, 2.
There's a save.
Oh. I can't wait until selling becomes a thing in like 3 years' time. Selling is good. Selling moves is great. I know that they still can reversal spam in 2K15, but hell, you can hit a finisher and just hit a finisher. You know, you can actually like win off of it because they sell.
There's a save. How close was that?
I mean, eventually they alter the AI because the NXT everybody kicks out of everybody's finishers 14 times in a match formula gets introduced and finishers become worthless. But until that point, I think like 15 and 16 are pretty good. Implant Buster, they call that move.
Look at those eyes.
Oh yeah, this
Oof. We have got 5.5 minutes left in this match. Just over even. This could go to a no contest. This could be our first time up.
No getting up from that.
Because Michelle McCool is right there and ready to swing her arm above the pinfall, which breaks it up. Everybody knows that. Swinging your arm when being pinned. That was a really deliberate hip attack by Tiny Shiny there. There was like no accident about that. That wasn't like a, oops, I got thrown into her. That was like a, I'm going to turn around, stop, and forcibly throw my hip into her. Oh, I really thought Kharma had it there. I want to see a winner, obviously. But this is why we have a 20-minute time limit now. I just forgot to put it in triple threats for some stupid reason. I thought, yeah, I'll do it in singles and tag matches. I don't really do triple threats or four-ways where I don't play much anyway. So it's not that important that I do it in everything. Because obviously if you don't know, the way that you set up timers and all kinds of other things as the default settings is you have to go to options and then match creator, and you've got to change the ruling for every individual match possible, turning off things like post-match replay and stuff. So I just don't bother, and normally as I'm setting up the matches I'll turn them off there. But sometimes I forget to turn off post-match replays, and obviously I forget to turn on the timers as well. And in this one's case, I've just been pressing next match this show so far because I actually didn't mind the show it put together. A lot of it made sense. The only thing I'm changing is the main event, because in case you're curious, the main event that it had booked was literally just Batista versus Sheamus. You know, 6 days before Batista versus Sheamus at Night of Champions for the World Heavyweight title. 4 minutes remain on this match. I'm just under. I'm gonna have a drink of Cherry Coke. Ooh. Is that going to be enough? No, of course not. Kharma has the almighty floaty arm move. Every time I drink, that's when I get the most snotty. I think I've just learned something. And 3 minutes on the clock. 3 minutes left. I'm so glad I can see the timer from here still. So many finishes. Someone would definitely be injured by the end of this match if it doesn't see a conclusion. At least we're avoiding that, I guess. Because they've taken enough finishes, I think someone would definitely come out with an injury. Yeah, gonna have to remember to set up that 20-minute time limit for as many matches as possible, it seems. Obviously I'll modify it for big pay-per-view matches, you know, it can be half an hour, sometimes longer on those. Just not a Raw match. And 2 minutes on the clock. We have got 120 seconds to see one of these three actually take the damn pinfall or submit. Sell a move, just try it. You don't all have to be AEW style flying across the ring 500 times a match. I'm kidding. If you enjoy that show, that's fine. It's just not the kind of show that I think I can enjoy. Which is weird, because I like Lucha Underground, and that's all I ever did in that. I don't know. Maybe it's just the people. Maybe it's just the roster I don't like. I think it is, honestly. I've had a lot of people try and talk me into liking it, and I just can't do it. But don't worry, the revival might be going there soon. That'll put some butts in seats. Oh. Oh. And 1 minute on the clock.
Outside the ring, one more time.
Yeah, that's exactly where you want to go when you've got 1 minute on the clock.
No! And now looking to put her away.
And I'm sure that would have put her away if it wasn't for the fact that Michelle McCool is there and is able to swing her arm above a pinfall. Like that.
Michelle McCool.
And 30 seconds on the clock.
Oh gosh, right down on the kidneys.
20 seconds remain. 15.
Devastating counter.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. That's it. This match ends in a timeout. Sorry, fellas. Not today. So Batista is set to take on the Gauntlet. I believe, for those who are unfamiliar, the challenge here is that Batista must go through one member of the United Kingdom after another. The moment he has defeated one, another one comes out. The number one thing we know about this situation is that in the main event, Batista could be seeing Sheamus 6 days early if he can make it through Drew McIntyre and William Regal in whatever order they're thrown at him.
The following handicap match is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from Washington, D.C., weighing 290 pounds.
Normally the idea of something like a gauntlet match sounds like suicide for a lot of people. But Batista comes into this match 18-7, which doesn't sound too good, until you realize that this season Batista is 11-2. Guy has only ever suffered 2 losses so far. One of those, his World Heavyweight Championship loss to Jack Swagger. The other one, I believe a tag team loss, in which he didn't take the pin, or it was like a multi-man match or something. I remember there was some kind of technicality that meant he'd only actually lost once. Trying to see if I can find the info on it now. That's right, the Championship Scramble, that's the other match that he lost. Yeah, of course. Batista's record, pretty damn clean, to be honest.
And his opponent from Blackpool, England, weighing 240 pounds, William Regal.
Things have not been looking so very up for William Regal, on the other hand, who comes into this match 4-10, 2-4 this season. Definitely not the strongest part of the United Kingdom right now. Someone who I think could really use some kind of, I don't know, renewal, I guess. I don't really know how else to word it. Just seems like he could use some kind of twist of fate, some kind of change that would help him in some way. So here we go. Gauntlet match underway. It is Batista against William Regal to start things off. Definitely the least favourable member of the United Kingdom to get a victory over Batista. If he does, I mean, things aren't looking too up for Batista. My opinion, based off of statistics and history alone, Batista should at least be able to make it to Sheamus. I don't know whether or not he could beat Sheamus with having already gone through 2 other people, but he should at least be able to make it to Sheamus. And that alone is not to put the pressure on, but that's kind of what I'm expecting of him in this match. We're being given a 30-minute time limit for this gauntlet match, which means that Batista has 10 minutes to deal with each person in the match, if he wants to distribute his time evenly. Excuse me.
Oh man, he got turned inside out.
This one's going to be big. For those that are curious, obviously I pressed next match instead of exit match, which simulated that triple threat. The game decided that Kharma is the winner, but as far as the win-loss records go, that will be a draw on all 3 of them, as that was a 20-minute time limit. For sure. First time the time limit has actually ever expired. I'm not surprised it was a triple threat that was the first time, but I'm not extending those to 30 minutes because I don't think it will make a difference. I think we'll just get 10 more minutes of nothing happening.
The elbow connects again.
You know, I'll say what you will, but that triple threat, that had more finishes than an NXT World Title match. Like, that was never gonna end.
William Regal knows how to make even the simplest move more devastating. Oh, man! He landed right on his neck from that German suplex.
Not this time.
Does the NXT Championship say World on it? I think the new design does, but I could be wrong. I think it's supposed to be a World Championship now. Let's see.
He's still not through.
Batista.
No, it just says NXT Champion. Oh, okay. I figured it would say World Title on it, because I think the women's one
Look how William Regal
has a little section that says Women's, obviously.
That chop turning his
Yeah, and I figured that little spot that says Women's says World on the men's one, but it just doesn't say anything. It's just not there. It's a little strange. Triple H, if you're watching this, just a heads up, I think you need to change your title. Because the NXT title pretty much is a World Heavyweight title now, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it's kind of a world title in the sense of that the ECW title was a world title
Regal battles his way out.
when ECW was a brand. It's not, like, taken very serious. I mean, it is taken a lot more seriously than the ECW title, allow me to correct myself there. But, like, it is their third brand at this point. That's been very clearly established. It is their third brand. You know, they sent Charlotte over there, who was one of their top women. I would say is their top woman, and had her win it. So it is their top. It is a brand. It's one of their most successful brands.
Regal.
Jeez, I actually had to think about who the NXT champion was for a second. He's been holding that belt for way too fucking long.
His shoulder just collided into the ring post.
I can't really say that though. I've never seen a single Adam Cole match. He might be really good. Might make me a fan.
Look, he's still going. How? How is this possible?
Drop right on the back of the head off an
William Regal,
explosive
bringing it to
suplex.
Batista.
He does it again. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh my gosh, I think his shoulder just slammed right into the steel post.
This is going quite long for Batista's first opponent. I think the goal was to kind of come in and just dominate the first opponent, but William Regal is showing that perhaps he's the brains behind the United Kingdom after all, as he's been made out to be. The brains of the United Kingdom. Maybe this was just part of their plan, send Regal out there and really get him to just drain Batista of his energy, just kind of wear him out slowly.
1, 2.
It's working.
He is definitely going to have those ribs.
I wouldn't say
looked at after this
Batista's
match.
looking at being like severely hurt anytime soon at the hands of William Regal, but he's wearing him out enough that McIntyre might be able to put Batista to rest when he comes out. If he comes out. I mean, Regal might get the win. He might know exactly how to beat Batista. I don't want to count him out too much.
Spine first.
That was impressive. Victory over Batista for William Regal would be as big as a victory over Jack Swagger for Nemesis earlier in the night. Putting some new people in some championship scenes. Admittedly, I don't think Regal's going to be going for that World Heavyweight title anytime soon with his partner as the champion. Batista's just looking to get Regal out now. 6 minutes down on the time.
1, 2.
Not able to though. Regal is he's obviously a bit of an expert at survival.
Regal.
Oh boy. Spells disaster for Batista, who is clearly dazed from it. He managed to get up very quickly, but he didn't really do anything when standing up, because he was clearly dazed. That's what that was.
Watch it.
Oh,
Not stupidity. Jeez, Regal's really letting him have it. This is like Regal's defining match right now.
Telegraphed. Into the cover, hooks the leg. One.
Is this going to be enough? No. Batista, you're not doing nearly enough to Regal. You're just desperate to get the win.
With the abdomen.
He wants to move on to the next guy. I think he's starting to realize the potential that William Regal possesses. Uh-oh, this could be enough. I think that spine buster will get the job done. No, he's going to waste it all. Okay. Batista bomb. Whoop. That's not been 10 minutes. Oh, entrance is included. Alright. Here's the cover. Is that going to be enough?
1, 2, 3.
There you go. Batista eliminates William Regal. Drew McIntyre in.
A skull-crushing impact. Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre obviously has a very softened Batista right now. That's going to help him quite a bit. The formerly undefeated Drew McIntyre, I must add. Honestly, a very impressive run to begin with for McIntyre. Someone I'd love to see get some of that momentum back in his corner and become a champion once again. I think him with the US or World Heavyweight title is long overdue at this point. Oh! Well, he made very quick work. Regal never even having to set foot in the ring. And the United Kingdom, I think they got their last laugh here. Wow. Sheamus never even had to come in.
We knew he felt he had to win this one tonight.
No, you're not going to start barking. Don't be silly. So Drew McIntyre with the victory as he closes out of Raw. Batista not looking too good. Set to face off against Sheamus this Sunday. The United Kingdom disposing of Batista. I think Sheamus's championship may just be intact if he can preserve himself enough in that tag team title match this Sunday at Night of Champions. Because you got to remember he's got to go through that as well. See you guys though on NXT.